Former Broncos head coach Nathaniel Hackett has been hired as the offensive coordinator for the New York Jets. That, according to our Adam Schefter. You can see the tweet right there. Stephen A., what I find interesting is obviously Nathaniel Hackett being with the Jets. We know he has the history with Aaron Rodgers when he was Aaron Rodgers' OC. And you had mentioned yesterday that you think Aaron Rodgers should head to the Jets. So I just wanted to get your reaction on all this.
Well, I don't want to hear that nonsense. I don't even want to bring that up because that's what folks were saying when he went to Denver, that ultimately Aaron Rodgers was going to end up there, and then Russell Wilson ended up landing there. So as far as I'm concerned, for all we know, it's a damn ploy for him to get jobs he doesn't deserve. Here's the reality of the situation. Nathaniel Hackett did a god-awful job in Denver this past season. Could you take a break? I mean, you get paid. You had a multi-year contract that you signed. You lost your job after 1 year. We know you're going to get paid. Can you take a break? If you're the New York Jets, what the hell are you doing? Now, you wanted to get rid of Mr. LaFleur. You know, we get all of that. You know, you want to get rid of Mike LaFleur. I understand that. You have to make a move in a different direction. But Nathaniel Hackett, after the job we just saw their offense do in Denver this past year, ask the Denver defensive players how they feel about Nathaniel Hackett's offense. Why don't you ask them? Because I promise you, it won't be too damn complimentary. Now, they'll probably listen to Dan Orlovsky and not say it publicly because that's not the right thing to do. But they'll feel that way even if they got to keep it to themselves or they're in a circle. They damn sure ain't going to applaud it. They're not going to rave about it. They're not going to endorse it because it wouldn't be the right thing to do. You're the New York Jets. Come on. You didn't have to go in this direction. Nah, I'm not feeling this, Dan Orlovsky. I'm not feeling this at all.
Yeah, you've been wrong a lot today. I don't know what's going on with you. Maybe it's the feeling yourself off the New York Times. You're wrong. Okay, first thing, this is a great decision by the New York Jets and Robert Saleh. Just as good as like Torrey and Devin teaming up for ride or dies, just as smart as they were to throw Fessy and Mariah in last night. It's a phenomenal decision. Number one, it absolutely advances their chances of getting Aaron Rodgers. Woody Johnson, the Jets owner, has at least reportedly to Peter King feels Woody Johnson would gladly give up 2 first-round picks for Aaron Rodgers. Now, the guy that Aaron Rodgers has spoke about multiple times publicly and how much he likes him as a coach and a person is the offensive coordinator. There's 4 teams that I think, let me get that on camera, realistically have a chance to get Aaron Rodgers via a trade, if not in Green Bay. The Las Vegas Raiders, I don't think that's likely. The Tennessee Titans, I don't think he wants to go there. The New York Jets, which is his best chance to win. And then I forget the 4th team off the top of my head that I was thinking about, but I will. The Indianapolis Colts. I don't think he would want to go there. The Jets have a top 10, probably top 5 defense. They're in a division that has Buffalo sitting at the top, but is winnable if Buffalo doesn't advance a little bit of their football team. And this offense is completely lateral to what everybody knows in New York when it comes to the scheme and their terminology. This is brilliant by New York. You get a good, and Stephen A., I'd say this. I love Russell Wilson. I'm pulling for Russell Wilson to rebound. Nathaniel Hackett and the play calls were not the problem in Denver this year. Russell did not play well. Russell Wilson just didn't play well. Okay? This guy can call plays. He knows offensive football. It's a phenomenal hire for the New York Jets with where they are right now. This is smart. This is smart by the Jets. I'm telling you, it's smart.
I am not saying that the man does not know what he's doing.
You said he stunk last year.
What we have to go on. Listen, I said he stunk like that. They stunk last year. They did. Okay? What I'm saying is that prior to that, obviously, he had a relationship with Aaron Rodgers. Now, if you're telling me they're going to get Aaron Rodgers, cool. I'm with that. I'm thinking along the lines, my fear is that they're going to end up without Aaron Rodgers, stuck with Wilson, okay, and then Hackett has to work with that. And if you couldn't work with Russell Wilson, I don't think you're gonna work with Zach Wilson or whomever they have there. That's all I'm saying. That's my fear.
There is a 0% chance that the Jets go into next season with just Zach Wilson as the quarterback. They need to. Okay. It is a must-win season for Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas, their head coach. What are the options?
I agree.
Jimmy Garoppolo? Nah, maybe. Maybe. Derek Carr? Maybe. So let's live in the hypothetical world. if you're Aaron Rodgers, do the Jets look appealing right now?
Yes, they should.
Okay, if you're the Green Bay Packers and the Jets call and say, we're going to give you 2 first-round picks. Listen, Aaron doesn't want to be there anymore. Whatever.
Picks.
They're going to give you 2 first-round picks and a second-round pick. Are you going to trade Aaron Rodgers to the New York Jets?
I don't know what the Packers would do. I know if I was the Jets, I would offer it.
So Aaron's going to have a say of where he can go. According to Shefty, he says that like they're going to work with Aaron, and the Packers are going to work together to send him to a place that he prefers to go to. It's not a no-trade clause. Prefers to go to.
Okay.
If you're Aaron Rodgers and you look at the scope of everything, and let's say Green Bay wants to move on.
I want him in New York.
And now you got a guy that you know the offense, so maybe like the desire for the offseason, you got to be there. You know the offense, you know the guy, there are talented players.
But Dan, man.
What do you mean?
You're having a conversation about Hackett paired with Aaron Rodgers. I'm just talking about Hackett on his own as an individual without the services of Aaron Rodgers coming off the year that just had in Denver. I just think it's a little risky after that kind of experience. What I saw in Denver this year, I just don't know.
The 2 years,
I just don't know.
The 2 years before in Green Bay don't count when he.
That was Aaron Rodgers. That was Aaron Rodgers quarterbacking. I just finished saying. I'm not saying about Aaron Rodgers if Aaron Rodgers is there. I'm looking at Hackett on his own without Aaron Rodgers, and it scares me.
So
I'm saying.
So the job he did to take Jacksonville to the AFC title game, that doesn't with Blake Bortles, that doesn't. I mean, the guy can call plays. He's a good offensive mind.
That was
maybe not a good head coach.
That was a few years ago.